much of a part of our world, or APOW for short. Growing up surrounded by Sydney's natural beauty and the Australian environment instilled an appreciation for nature in me from a young age. However, around 18 or 19, I realised that our way of living was unsustainable, polluting the air, water and land, in addition to increasing deforestation. It seemed obvious we were headed towards dire environmental consequences. In 1996, when I was just 21, I did a couple of back-to-back Vipassana meditation retreats, unaware initially that this was the international resurgence of the ancient non-sectarian technique that the Buddha had developed 2,500 years earlier to attain enlightenment. My experience there was the same that everyone who earnestly practices it has, which is the strengthening of the four qualities of the purified mind, those being love, compassion, joy, and equanimity. This doesn't just develop for oneself or for humanity in general. It instead takes in all living creatures, our whole natural world. These insights had me conclude that an environmental movement was inevitable, and the idea for a part of our world, or APOW, took shape. APOW will host celebratory and joyful events that highlight the beauty of our natural world, raise awareness that it's under threat, and promote the solutions for sustainable living. These events aim to inform and inspire individual and collective action towards environmental sustainability. True change begins with environmentally conscious individuals. Just as the meditation teaches that a peaceful world needs to be made up of peaceful individuals, a sustainable world needs to be made up of sustainable individuals. Some say a single country is too small to make a difference, and yet we're raised to believe that individuals can change the world. As the Dalai Lama said, if you think you're too small to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito. So what can you do in your individual life, at work, in your community, and in your sphere of influence to play your role in enacting change? We presently face a climate emergency, yet we're not much acting like we are. If a bushfire surrounded our town, it would be an emergency, and we'd all be doing everything we could to survive. There would be action everywhere. We need to see this same level of engagement to meet the environmental challenges we face today. There's been a lot of foolishness in the environmental space, and for the longest time I've suffered at the hands of fools trying to figure them out, climate change deniers and the like. There are a lot of reasons that make people foolish. In the meditation, an example given is when we're angry, we can often say and do things that we later regret, whilst we are under the intoxication of being angry. Who amongst us hasn't ever experienced that? But this is also true for other intoxications that negatively impact our better judgment. Things like greed, ego, anxiety, fear, hatred, ill will, tribalism, revenge, and so on. The Buddha advises that we do not fraternize with fools, but instead fraternize with the wise. Hearing this was a big relief to me, as it has allowed me to let go and instead focus on just the idea of creating positivity with other like-minded people, to gather the wise and sweep people up on board as we go. This is the community we seek to build at APOW. I love that we have the appreciation and the care of the environment in common with each other, but I'm also grateful that we have other shared interests too. Our events will have environmentally sustainable intent, but will also allow us to relax, socialize, and celebrate our shared interests in things like design, the arts, fashion, culture, sport, well-being, and more. Thank you for joining us to help launch APOW. Let's see how far we can take this critical mission.